Welcome back. Let's play some more 10-minute games here on Shogi Wars. Take 2 pieces for 1. Good luck. Take 2 pieces for 1, even if they're pawns. Alright, so I've been giving this some thought the last couple days as to, how do I proceed with my openings? And I think what I've resolved on is that I seem to be good at playing third file rook as Senta, and I might be crazy enough to try playing this Urdashino opening style as Gota. So that looks interesting. Now here the bishop isn't able to hit my rook, and now there's a silver in the way. Welcome. What's your opinion of today's proverb? Oh, am I not supposed to give up my pawn? No, it's fine for me to give that, actually. I asked and then I answer myself. So if I push this, and if we exchange, I mean, I need to spend 1 turn castling like this before I do anything nuts. But now we're ready, I think. I think I can just push this. I'm a bit hesitant, but this looks okay. If I attack the pinned, or if I pin the piece, they drop a pawn to unpin it. I take the pawn. Wait a second. If I do this, they can't drop a pawn to oh, they could drop it behind the silver. That was what I saw first. I should just push my rook pawn, right? Nothing's defending their silver. Okay, so I've vacated the file in front of my rook. And now I can proceed to take their pawn. Silver, silver, bishop, bishop, rook. Wait, I've got 3 attackers, they have 2 defenders. I'm counting this correctly. I could still attack the bishop first with a pawn. And that way I'd be able to drop things after we exchange. But I might be getting ahead of myself there. If I drop a pawn, the bishop runs, and then if I take here, they might take my pawn. Yeah, we're just going to go directly forward, because I don't see what's wrong with this. Sure, I'm not winning like 5 pieces here. But today's proverb was take 2 for 1. I forget if part of the proverb was even if one of those is a pawn. I think that's part of the proverb. I forget. But yeah, we did a 2 for 1 deal here. So I can't be too far from being correct. Even if I'm playing a opening that I'm not necessarily an
7
expert
分
of. I don't suppose there's some easy continuation here. Likely not. Okay, we're gonna not get onto this diagonal with the lance. And we would have a king-rook fork if not for the center pawn. So, I guess somehow that's going to be part of my... Oh, wait, I could just drop here and promote. And that hits the rook. That looks fine. Is there anything better? Unlikely. Wait, now if I drop here, my bishop gets trapped. Let's not do that. Over here, I'm still trapped. Push the center pawn, rook takes. That's not great. Silver dropped, they drop something to defend this. I've got 3 pawns, but I'm not sure what that does. Bishop drop's interesting. Yeah, I can get behind this. So I'm threatening basically mate, but also to promote and then start causing havoc somehow. That looks interesting. They might pawn drop on my rook's head and then try to fork me. No, the silver fork is not working. This floating rook is curious. So my path to hit the rook is promote here, go back here, take the pawn. It's clumsy, but I've got time to do it. Further, it looks like they'll have to keep reshaping this castle or keep dropping more pieces to defend the king. Which just means my king is every little bit safer for every piece they have to drop. I think I'm doing okay. Yeah, suddenly, having played 20-some episodes of sprint mode, this seems like slow motion now. So I could pawn drop, and unfortunately, I don't think silver drop afterward is decisive or anything, but pawn drop is possible, silver drop's possible, hitting this, but it's, again, that's not quite enough. This idea of hitting the knight and the hanging pawn is kind of, well, they could just defend it. They could keep making weaknesses while patching other weaknesses, is the thought. It's a decent intuition, although I don't know if it's right. Pawn drop on the gold's head looks fun, but that blocks my rook if I want to move the rook over. But I don't know if I want to move the rook over. I could also silver drop deep in the camp. Well, silver drop here's more powerful than it looks. Wait, no, they're threatening to move the knight out. I don't have a strong alternative to what I'm about to do. Wish I did. Alright, so I defend against some bishop drop ideas. I hit the knight, hit the pawn. Yeah, the rook's defending the knight, but who knows how long the rook's going to be here. I mean, I have an idea, like I'm going to drop the silver and chase the rook, but this is children's shogi to be chasing around rooks when there are kings at stake. But what can I do? If these are the tactics available in the position, we have to use those. So if I've got to play this weird silver drop, then we've got to do it. Just sucks that I don't have a way to continue this attack. Oh. Okay. They changed their castle shape. I don't know why. But... was that why? What about this? Perhaps the cart is before the horse here. Oh, I missed silver drop up here. No, gold takes. Never mind. Moving the rook over, there's rook takes knight, which is not great. I was not going to drop a pawn in front of my rook, because that'd be too fun. Doubling down. Oh yeah. By chance, might we triple down with a third piece? Because that could be fun. So silver drop, silver takes rook, silver takes rook, silver takes bishop, silver takes something, whatever. I've got pieces to attack with. Also, I could pawn drop up in the king's face, but I'm not sure how good that is. But if they don't do that, like, then these drops are kind of in vain. There is a proverb about starting the attack with a pawn. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem quite feasible here. On account of, like, all the pawns they have minus the one they have in hand here. These form their castle. My king's over here-ish. Okay. Interesting. Wait a second. It does dodge some tactics. It does dodge some tactics. I don't want to mess this up, but I think I'm fine. Okay, I defend my pawn. Also defending my rook, but whatever. Their rook is still trapped mid-board. And I'm still threatening to use the knight to gun it down. Okay, you can take that. Sure, I guess. I don't like giving this away, but I'm nervous about moving pieces too close to my king. Alright, well, this isn't check, but it does take a thing. This is check. This is not check. You're telling me that you're fine here.
3分
I'm not so sure. How do I continue?
2分30秒
Okay, I have ideas. I don't know if this wins, but I don't like giving check just because it's check. But gold drop is interesting. It's not interesting enough, is it?
2分、
Wait a second. I have 2 golds in hand. 2 is a lot of golds. Check. Silver drop does protect the lance. They didn't drop the silver. 1
分30秒。
check. Thanks for the game. King back, gold drop. King takes rook, bishop takes gold. Wait. 1 down, 2 to go. Good luck. Senta. Alright. We're gonna go back to this thing. I've done some crazy attacks by pushing this pawn prematurely. That doesn't mean such attacks are warranted. Okay, I defend closer to their rook. I'm gonna put some pressure on this edge. Castle? Why not? There's Mino Castle. Alright, I've delayed moving the silver again and again. Am I going to continue delaying moving it? No, let's just move it. That's a shape. Opening your king's castle is a shape. Sure. It's not one I would select, but I'm not the one playing your position now, am I? Okay. I'm going to keep this locked here, so if bishops exchange, they don't have an easy promotion and exit. Hmm. Man, I don't have a winning move. Feels like I could have something. Alright, I don't know about this. I'm curious, however, so here we go. Hmm. That looks dangerous for everybody, not just for me. Let's go. Let's learn this opening together. Well, the implication there is clear enough. Um, fine, I guess I'll exchange.
7分。
Wait, do I push this? How am I dead if I push that? They have one pawn in hand already. Let's push. This looks interesting. This continues looking interesting. Why did I do that? Sure, I'm a bit excitable here. I might have bitten off too much. I should have just had a bishop drop here, which I didn't do. Which would have been such a good move, but I didn't play it. We're both severely confused here. They have two pawns in hand. So they can resist. Well, do I just go back? Do I admit that I screwed up and retreat? I don't want to do that. It's no fun. No, I have to retreat here. It's the only responsible response. So I could always push this and open the file. This pawn being all the way up here is not necessarily an asset. So I could pawn drop, bishop drop, and repeat this tack. Okay. Very cool move, I guess. Check.
5分。
I guess I haven't surrounded their bishop. Anyway, I can make progress and this time not F it up. Foul it up, that is. But yeah, if I open a fork, I should use the fork. Um, Dang it, my rook is floating. I missed that. That's unfortunate. So, as much as I've tried to not have floating pieces, now we've got one. And many things could backfire because of that. So let's just hit the king. This can't be too far from what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I could have pushed this pawn instead. But yeah, if I aim for the king, I can't miss by too much. It is annoying that my rook is eventually going to get repelled by a lance on one of these files. That is a file. I thought I had something better here than what I actually have. It's a bit incredible. Alright, take 2 for 1, even if one of those is a pawn. So, we take it. They can take my rook, I'll take their gold. Then I'll take their lance, and we'll figure this out. If I drop here instead, that's not an improvement. Okay, yeah, we'll take this. Take the lance. Who knows? Maybe I wanted a lance the whole time. If they do a questionable silver drop, I could take the pawn. But they didn't. Okay. This looks like an improvement. If they pawn drop against it, I can chase their rook with the gold. It was tempting to hit the horse directly, but okay. Am I in trouble?
3分
I don't know. Before I grab material, let's chase this bishop. That way... Yeah, okay. Oh, I don't have a rook supporting that. I thought this is a rook. It's
2分
not.
30秒
Never mind, but I do have something indirectly supporting it. Even if I wasn't looking correctly at this. So I have pinned this horse. Sure, my castle is dodgy, but whose isn't? Who can afford a castle in this economy? Thank you. So now what?
2分
Further exposing my king looks unwise. Okay, bishop takes pawn. Oh. Yeah, this covers territory. Can force some pieces to be added in ways that are not necessarily efficient.
1分30秒 1分、
Yeah. This is tense. Oh, right. Well, I'll try this. I realize now that the bishop drop protects the silver, so I'm not really threatening a traditional fork here. I'm still attacking the knight near their king, but... What a mess.
30秒。
I've scared my opponent somehow. I don't have a real threat, though, that I can see. No, running the other way is no better. I don't know. I'm moving too quickly. Silver takes pawn check looks scary. Although I don't see myself mated. Oh shit.
20秒。
Yeah, that's no good.
10秒。
Yeah, I screwed up. Whatever. Thanks for the game. 2 down, 1 to go. Good luck. Do I need to block the diagonal when this happens? I've been hit by this before. You'd think I would remember it, but I don't study my openings enough. So, here we go. Arguably, losing this exchange is not the end of the world. How many times have I failed to this tactic? Alright, so they don't want the exchange. The horse is pretty cool on its own. Yeah, I wouldn't take the exchange either. So now what? I offer a bishop exchange. I think they have to take it, because otherwise I push here. So that's weird. Okay, I push. I might not know my openings, but I'm spending... I'm not even spending my time. Goodness, what's happening? I'm thinking on my opponent's time, but I need to figure out how to play this. Possibly when they play this way, what I'm supposed to do is just block the diagonal before pushing this rook pawn twice. Repeatedly pushing this third file pawn until you get it this far. Typically, I wouldn't expect to have benefits, but now that we're on the verge of promoting and then attacking the rook, suddenly it's worth it. But until this point, like, it's folly pushing it twice before dealing with the bishop exchange threat. Yeah, so in the name of trying to get YouTube comments, I guess, I should ask, hey, listener, how do I play this opening that everybody knows that I don't know? Because that's how YouTube is played. You screw up like I've done here, then you get viewer engagement. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know what to do next. I could exchange my rook. I like my rook. Everything in my position's hanging, but their king is exposed, but they have a horse protecting it. I guess we're just gonna chance it. It's too interesting to say no. But this is where things get dicey. So I'm threatening a pawn, threatening a lance, protecting my silver, indirectly guarding my king. I don't... Thankfully, they don't have a knight. Yeah, I saw that coming, which did give me pause as to whether all this is worth it or not. Alright, I hit your horse, threatening a fork here. But you can bring the horse back to defend that threat? I don't know, man. This is weird. I can also bring my horse closer to the rook, which maybe trying to mate the king mid-board maybe is my act. Well, now I have to do this because my knight's hanging. I don't like giving 2 for 1 here. But the piece I get could be quite useful. Whichever piece they give me. Alright, so I've saved my silver, which is threatened. I'm not sure how to properly rescue it, but this looks okay. If they rook drop, forking my pieces, I don't know what I do. I shouldn't have opened up this fork. I should have just gone back, but then I don't know. Nothing works. That's the problem. So I shut the horse down. But they can drop a rook, but I can drop a rook, but then they take here, but then I do something attacking-wise. I don't know what. Get my rook back into the game. Or I take the lance and I drop it with profit. Unless rook drop here is better? No. I can't just give away pieces willy-nilly. Sucks dropping the rook in my own camp like that, but tactics seem to require it.
7分。
If I go forward... Oh, they still are threatening stuff. That's not good. I thought I had better ideas than I have. Well, no. Pawn takes, pawn drop. They can't drop a pawn. Alright, screw it. Let's invade. Silver drop, silver takes, and I can win the horse. And it's not nothing. If they do this, I can expand my rook to be able to hit this point. There's just tactics everywhere. But these all explain why I haven't taken the lance yet. Because I don't need the lance. If they drop on the rook's head, I can drop on the dragon's head and prevent them from taking my knight. They take my rook, I take the dragon, they take my gold. I don't have a good rook drop. Why am I exchanging rooks? Why do I care if they take my knight? Okay. Alright, I was going to escape my rook. Am I still serious about that? I think so. They have a fork down here. I take, they take. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I think this is... There's a risk I might lose material here, but that risk is worth taking, because the king is right next to her. So, if they drop, I promote this. And I couldn't read this out. Not gonna lie to you. But if pawn takes, I can exchange 2 for 1 on the silver. If horse takes, I can take the horse. Among other possibilities. So that was enough for me to be convinced that this is worth pursuing. Maybe I had better moves. But yeah, pawn takes breaks the line. And horse takes wasn't what they had planned. I don't know if it's good or not, but they just... If they had planned this, I'm impressed. I don't think they planned that. So you talk about psychological warfare sometimes. So this is, I know my opponent hasn't, I expect my opponent hasn't planned this. Therefore, I'm going to play into it.
5分
Hmm. Taking the horse is not my best move, though, is it? Nothing other than pride says I have to take it. Let's go back. So, yeah, you can keep your material, or you could move your silver up. I get this. Or we end up here. I don't want to let this gold drop for nothing. Wait, can we repeat a position? And I get material each time we do it? I don't know. Not sure if that's how that works. Um, there's too many tactics in this position. Okay, I'm actually going to just take this lance because I'm having difficulty reading everything. Also, lance drop looks interesting in more than one location. Mhm. Go back to the center and unblock my dragon. Oh, I see a tactic. How fortuitous. See this here pawn? See what's protecting this pawn? It's the king. And the horse. Which could move here to continue protecting the pawn until I do this. And now the horse, like, I mean, you could go here.
3分
Okay. Um, hmm.
2分30秒
Tricky position. Okay, I continue attacking. I'm not going to grab material until I can't find it. Like, once I run out of ideas, I'll grab material. I'm not out of
2
ideas
分
yet. Hmm. think I'm out of ideas.
1分30秒。
Wait, there's still one more thing I can do here. I'll drop it all the way up here so as not to block my horse, although I don't think blocking the horse matters, but we'll do it this way anyhow. Actually, if I pawn drop too low down, they just drop a pawn and I can't push. So do it this way instead. Oh, this... I missed they had gold takes. Does that matter?
1分。
I'm in time pressure. I can't explain moves anymore.
30秒。 20秒。
Thanks for the game. Sorry about this. We both blundered horribly. Such is Shogi Wars. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.